If that water wet, it's got gators in it.
Oh, yeah? Well, me and the Lord, we got an understanding.
We're on a mission from God.
They shouldn't have given you ashy blokes you two.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
All right, all right, all right. Back in the house. Back in the house. Turn up the gain on this mic a little bit. Back in the house for you Dusty Germains, you Ashy Jeffries, and you Dirty Foot Jose's. Back in the house on a Monday. Okay. Punching the clock. Okay. I know everybody's seen this one already about women losing their jobs. So winter is truly here for the black woman. Okay. Kevin was right. Winter is here, and they don't have a man. So all them hey big head calls are going out at record rates. All of a sudden we gone from strong independent women to pick me's overnight. Okay, all these pick me's all of a sudden being converted as we speak. Yeah, like Kevin says, you cannot make this shit up. Anyhow, let me welcome some people and we'll get it busy so we can punch my clock and get the hell out of here. Got shit to do. Shit to do. Shannon Green, what's going on? Batting first. Mel batting second. What's happening? Saint Cyr batting third. He's in the lineup. Bases loaded. All right, Barry Little, bring him home. Okay, clean up them bases. Sexy Silk, what's going on? Adric, what's going on? No Fear, what's going on? There's my what's it? Are you Xbox or are you PlayStation, Craig? It's my fault they're losing their jobs. The black effect, huh? Jesse, what's going on? Eddie, what it be like in NYC? How you liking your new mayor so far? John Smith, what's going on? Gundam, what's happening? Michael, what's happening? Trail, what's going on? Shannon, what's happening? Kevin, what's going on? Ooh, I don't even know what that is. Okay. I don't know what the screen name is. You gotta tell me what your screen name is. Black Toxic, what's going on? Painless, what's going on, man? Painless is an OG in the house. H&F, what's going on? Chance, what's happening? Rude Boy, what's going on? Babu. So yeah, this will be good. Mark, what's going on? Forever Blessed, what's going on? Moses, what's going on? Oh, shout out to the maestro. Yeah, he we used to call him. They called him. Well, I think it was uh, Silky Fingers, something like that for that bass. One of the best bass players I've ever heard. So I'm back on even BGS, but out of the country. Okay, MIA. Okay, Ronan, where you been, man? Thailand, Colombia, where you been? Chance, what's happening? Palm Beach, Mike, what's going on? Pharaoh in the Gynocracy Central, what's going on? What you doing now? You still driving, Pharaoh? Jetland, what's going on? Fourth turning is here. The unusual government backstops bailouts aren't likely to come because funding isn't there. The treasury needs to roll. The thing is it's not just a fourth turning, right? It's the 500-year cycle getting ready to flip. And everybody knows it's not just here, it's also globally. Going to have a global financial flip that's been coming for, well, it Quigley said it told you it was coming back in the 60s, okay? He said he actually gave them remedies to actually slow it down, but they didn't take it. So we are here. So it's bigger than just the fourth turning. Mr. J. Matt, what's happening? Watched a clip where a guy shot rockets into some water. It had beavers instead of gators. The gators didn't react to the rockets. Sincere, what's going on? And VH tape tax. Dr. L, what's going on? Gonna start calling him Saint Dr. L. Is that B Girl Magic? Yeah, well, B Girl Magic is good for Hot Girl Summer, but other than that, no, it's not. W Brizzle, what's going on? Skinner, what's going on? Sigma, what's happening? It's a punishment of God for going against the divine order. That usually happens. Dr. L say PS5 for life, okay? Bring back Sega. That's a good bar. What's going on, man? One of the original guys that went from educated lame to high value man. Pop Smoke, what's going on? Ghost Rider, what's happening? Sahudeen, what's going on? Strong independent educated fail. Yep. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Mike? How's my boy? We warned them 5 to 8 years ago to prepare, and they laughed. Hey, they did, man. They laughed on us. They peed on us. Coach DC, what's going on? Jay, what's happening? Haven't heard much from the new NYC mayor. We shall see. You never know these days. That is true. That is true. And well, he comes from a socialist background anyway, because his dad was a socialist in Uganda. So it is what it is. Oh, Egypt, Greece. Okay, cool, cool. You basically, you went on the Holy Land tour. Egypt, Greece, Turkey. Yeah. Did you go to Israel? You can't go to right now, so that's probably why you skipped it. Sinistar, what's going on? Oh, you're local now. Okay. Well, they are. What's going on? Jutland, what's going on? They're laughing. They're not laughing anymore. The call, when the walls came down. Yep. Joshua, which is the black man, fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Okay. Check it in for the lesson. Okay. Say PC Master Race. You old school, man. You old school keyboard and mouse. Okay, cool. Go tell Kiss Brown to get some employment. But all you're young, okay. Oh, you drive a tanker. Cool. Okay. I said, Barry Little, so fear not, ladies, you may not have a man, but the bears are hiring. Barry Little, thou art not shit, sir. Okay. Oh, Sir Him says this is data. Bars. Okay, sincere and Chance. What's going on? K. Rest in peace, KS. Okay. Rest in peace. Let's play it one more time for the KS. Okay.
What's happening? What's going on? Kevin was right. Winter is coming, and we don't have a man. Oh my God.
All right. Let's start with this one. See video file. Where are we? This is my desktop. I had this arranged. Here we go. I caught this young lady a while last week, and it fit in with what ABC is saying.
Hi. So I just got fired from my job today. I don't know why I'm recording this. I just thought maybe if I say it, I don't know, and just say it out loud, maybe I would feel better, but honestly, I just feel like crap. And I'm just...
Cold out there, baby. Baby, it's cold outside.
I graduated college, and then after college, I was jobless for so long, for maybe 2-3 months.
She graduated college, and then she was out of work for 2 or 3 months, right? College educated, okay? The most educated, right? Most educated class. That's what they tell us. Black women are most educated. Come over here, have a position. Yeah, she got lips for that position now. That is true.
And then I got this job.
And ain't no way a woman with lips like that should be crying.
And to get fired from it, I'm just like...
Ooh, she got good lips. My goodness. Oh, yeah, baby, you should have a man. How come you ain't got no man with lips like that?
Like, what now, you know? And then it's now when you apply to jobs, everybody wants you to have 2+ years of experience or 5 to 10 years of experience for entry-level jobs. And if you do...
When you're cute, you got lips like that. Dr. Dunbar got got work for you.
do get hired, you know, every mistake, every small mistake is like heightened
Yep.
to the point where it's like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, because life is not on easy mode no more. Okay. And this, and in the '80s, this was black men without a safety net, and our women saying we don't need you. Yeah, well, yeah, because they had Uncle Sam as their baby daddy.
Like, train me, teach me, don't punish me for every small mistake that
So, what is this with women with this punishment? Okay, if you do something that's they don't like, that's harsh. It's punishment.
I make, you know, it's like I'm still new. This is my first real job, you know, with the real paycheck and stuff and real hours, you know? And I'm just really nervous that I'm not gonna find another job
Oh,
with what's going on right
oh, real life. Okay, winter is here. Okay, I might not find heat or shelter for a minute, man.
now. The economy in the world, I just feel so embarrassed and like, and it's like, I've
Yeah. Well, as long as she don't bite, man. I don't care about the venom. As long as she don't bite.
talked to my family and, you know, everyone's been supporting me and, you know, saying it's gonna be okay. And I've been praying and asking God for
You call Dr. Dunbar. Dunbar has a need for a pretty young thing with an education and sweet lips. Okay, he can hook you up. Maybe even find you a job.
a sign and, you know, I just thought, hey, maybe I should record a video and maybe ask someone or somebody out there who watches this video can tell me, you know, if it's gonna
Mr. Sir Jose, he got a job for you.
make it easier or, you know, if better things are coming because
I got to get to one. I'm in a bind, Nate.
it's just really hard. And I hate the fact I'm crying on here, but I just can't help it. It's just been on and off all day.
Oh,
But I just thought maybe if I record a video and, I don't know, just talk it out to a stranger instead of my family, I would feel better because my family's been telling me that it's gonna
that's it. It sounds like nasty, Nate. Nate, I'm in a bind. Like I said, you come with a Dr. Dunbar. I'm in a bind, Nate. When a black one thinks of self as perfect, any critique seems like punishment to them because you can't criticize. Yeah, that's true. Can't throw rocks at perfection, can you?
be okay. Maybe it happened for a reason, but it's just I can't see the reason. I'm just stuck not knowing what's gonna happen next and things like that. So yeah. So
Yeah.
anyways, I'm gonna go and watch the Housewives of Atlanta because
You watch the Housewives of Atlanta, okay? You got to get into some fantasy. No anime, okay? No no cartoons, okay? No superhero movies. I'm gonna watch my real superheroes, the Housewives of Atlanta. Ain't the gynocracy when it was at its height, okay? What rate? She's a 6. She's a upgradable 6, I would say. Perfect. Perfect for you, Dr. Anwar.
it always makes me laugh.
Calling Dr. Anwar. Calling Dr. Anwar.
And I'm gonna apply to jobs tomorrow. So
What's the purpose of laughing at people's struggles? Okay. It's called a cautionary tale. Okay. It's called a cautionary tale, just like they laughed at our struggles. Okay. It's called karma.
wish me luck. And yeah, so that's all I wanted to share. And if somebody watches this, can you please tell me that it's gonna get better? Because I honestly just cannot see the sign or what's coming.
2 years ago, they were giving us their ass to kiss. Okay, 2 years ago, she'd been talking about how educated she was, how successful she was, and any man that wasn't making mid 6 figures was not good enough for her. How the mighty has fallen. Okay, because trust and believe, if black men feel the same way like passport bros, they laugh at us. So that's why. Now it's not cruel.
Next and yeah. Bye.
Yeah, we got work for you. Okay, stop crying. You wasn't crying before. Oh, the smallest violin. Yes, yes. Ask. Oh, Miss. Yeah, can't ask Miss Ann for help. Miss Ann needs help herself. Okay, Miss Ann is struggling. Miss Ann is struggling right now. Oh, well, this is cruel. You should be helping the widow girl out. Hell no. Didn't they tell it? Didn't they tell us they prefer the bear over us? Okay, didn't? Wasn't they telling us? Courtesy of Dr. T. Johnson reminded that she rejected black men in her class because she got standards, right? She should have been married. Okay. Should have been married. Young, educated, had a job. You want to be career driven, you passed up all them dudes. Passed up all them dudes because you want to be strong, independent, because your career and your education was going to take you places, okay? And you had to maintain your standards at all costs, okay? Maintain them. The Bears are winning. Yeah, and all the Bears ain't out. Whatever happened? What happened to the person talking about this is cruel? Where you at? Where you at? Anyhow, now that's not even. Oh no, it could get worse. Trust and believe. This is minor. This is minor. Okay. You gonna make them get evil. See, you just jumped in and you gonna make them bring out all the big guns, man. We got a whole bunch of ammo. I heard that. Heard that. Ah.
What's up, boss? You believe that? You hold on. Oh no. Do you believe in that? Huh? Oh no. Ah. Oh no. Come on. Do you believe?
You believe, okay? You believe not, because when we were telling them, they were telling them we didn't know what the fuck we were talking about. They did, okay? Winter ain't coming, okay? If anything come, it's gonna be the black man that's gonna be begging, okay? Ain't the truth no more. So a headline: 20% of black households make over 100K. Only 6% of single black adults make that much. Yeah, 20, it's about right. If you got two middle class earners, okay, like um, I think it's what the median earnings for a black male is 51, and the median earnings of a black female is what 40 is like 44, 45. Okay, you put those two together, you get to like 100K. 25% of them be over households be over 100K. Makes sense. They said households, not single people. Okay. Hold on. Ooh, it's muted. Okay.
The November jobs report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics released this week showing some staggering numbers in unemployment. The latest data finds that despite a job opportunity increase, nearly 700.
Talking about the other girl. The other girl's a 6. She's cute. Okay, she's really cute. She's a 6. She's not quite a 7, but she's cute. That's where you want. You want a educated 6, man. You don't want a 7. She gets entitled 8. She's gonna cost you money. You educated 8's gonna cost you a whole lot of money, man. Last thing you want is educated 8, unless you got money. She can cosplay an 8. She's a good one. Like there's a couple singers that can cosplay an 8.
1,000 women are still missing from the work.
No, he doesn't use 7. There is such a thing as a 7, but he doesn't use 7 is because women always go to that as a default because 7 is pretty. And women don't want to overrate themselves because gorgeous in 8, 9s, and 10s, that means your industry standard. And 7 is just below that. So women don't want to go over, but they don't want to go under. So they pick 7. That's why.
Workforce. And for Black women, the unemployment has surged to roughly 7.5%, outpacing the broader workforce and sounding an alarm for the U.S. labor market.
Even Kim Foster, Bowser, thought she was a 7. And says, thank you. It said, Samuel says, thank you, BGS. My family was on hiatus with no pay. I talked to her and her husband. They were cool. I was pleasantly surprised. They remembered ancestors moving through the funk. Yep. We're here to let them know. I miss my Betamax.
Award-winning gender economist Katika Roy recently released her analysis of these numbers, and she joins us now for more. Katika, thank you for being with us, as you have been before, to really break down what this means. Talk to us about what this crisis does show for the entire economy.
So remember what Maximus told Commodus in the movie Gladiator? The time for honoring yourself will soon come to an end. Black women, the time has come. Yes, sir. It's over. We've been trying to. It's been over. The thing is now ain't nothing left but the counting, right? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, right? Okay.
Economy.
Well, you know what we're actually seeing is that if you look at Black women alone, Black women have lost almost 300,000 jobs, while men have gained 600,000 jobs.
In other words, we're telling you, men gain jobs because men are necessary for the build out, and the money has to come from somewhere.
We're talking about a swing of almost 1 million jobs. That is not a slowdown. That is a redistribution of opportunity.
That is fascinating to hear you put it that way. And because most people would say, listen, these aren't 700,000 women who are just missing or electing to leave the workforce. Most of them were fired or pushed out, right? Is that what you would say?
Crumbling herd, it could be fuel for the Democrats, but Democrats can't do shit about it. Okay? They can't do shit about it. Okay? If they try to promise it, it's not going to do any good because there's no jobs to be had. MS Delta, appreciate you.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we've seen. So when we look at since the pandemic, 700,000 women overall are missing from the labor force. And in that same time frame, over 6 million women have actually become eligible to participate in the labor force. So reasonably, you would think that their labor force participation should increase, but that's not what we're seeing. And just since
it's because you're supposed to keep up with the rate of people graduating college and becoming adults and going to the labor force, and basically that's going to drive the unemployment way up. I think the unemployment for Black women is 7.5. Which, and I think for Black men is 6.3 or something like that. So Black women have shot past us as far as unemployment.
February, seen almost 100,000 men join the labor force. So you're really talking about not a personal choice. You're talking about structural exclusion.
So why are Black women, you think, being affected at this level? And do you think that it seems that they're being specifically targeted?
Well, that's what, I can't speak to what exactly is happening in terms of being specifically targeted. What I can tell you is that the numbers are staggering. When we look at Black women, over 600,000 have been economically sidelined.
Ooh.
One of the things that we look at is that if you compare it to white women, Black women's labor force is about 5 times smaller than white women. If white women had been economically sidelined at the same rate as Black women, we would be talking about over 3 million white women. That's the entire labor force of Pennsylvania.
Wow.
I mean,
It's getting serious. And it's just getting started. The bears are getting ready to hunt. Bears are getting ready to hunt.
Impact is.
If they got criminal justice degrees, they should join ICE. ICE is hiring. ICE is hiring, so they should work for ICE.
Massive.
That is so striking, especially when you put it, I mean, that simply in terms of the size of the workforce.
White women getting their pick-me face on, just like this one.
For white women in the state of Pennsylvania. Massachusetts Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, she called the rising unemployment rates of Black women a canary in the coal mine, an economic indicator for everyone else. Why is that? What should anyone else glean from these numbers we're seeing?
Well, there's two things that are happening, Ron. One of the things that we know from the numbers is that because Black women sit at the intersection of gender and race, they tend to be the
Here we go. Here we go. Shout out to Polly Murray.
First impacted, but they really are the signal for the entire economy. And
no, they weren't. When it happened to Black men, it was just Tuesday, right? When it happened to Black women, all the bills have to stop, right?
We have seen that. The other piece is that their labor force, it doesn't just impact Black women. Their forced labor force exits this year alone have cost us $9.2 billion in GDP growth. So you're talking about impacts to Social Security, Medicare, the solvency of banks, the solvency of insurers. This will impact everybody.
Kanika, what would you say to someone who maybe sees these numbers and says, you know, I don't think that Black women are being targeted. Maybe this is just sort of a coincidence to see this number. Maybe it's their job performance.
They're not being targeted. Their jobs that they had are just going away. Nobody's actually isolating them, okay? And guess what? Miss Ann is not going to protect you, okay? Miss Ann's going to protect her own ass right now.
What would you say to someone who is skeptical in that way?
The data does not vet that out. What the data shows is that Black women are the most educated cohort in the United States.
Oh boy, are you white? Or are you Black? Okay, because you sound like Keisha talking. Is that Keisha in the cosplaying a white woman?
In fact, they are more likely to be underemployed, not because of their own doing, but because they are undervalued in the labor force. That's one of the reasons why we saw that there was a huge representation, or has been historically a huge representation of Black women in the federal labor force, and they were disproportionately impacted by the cuts.
So what needs to change systematically to close this economic gap that we're seeing?
Well, one of the things that, you mentioned Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, and one of the things that she has talked about is demanding that the Fed actually talk about the real unemployment rate, right? So the unemployment rate overall for the latest jobs report was 4.5%. If you look at it for Black women, it's actually 7.5%, which is 70% higher than what the Fed considers full employment.
Yeah, 7.5%, right?
But if you include the labor force exits of Black women this year, their unemployment climbs to over 10%, or in plain language, over 2 times what the Fed considers full employment. So we need to demand that the Fed and that our policymakers are operating off of data. Otherwise, it undermines the economy for everyone.
And you're saying it ends up being a much bigger problem than we.
The downgrade of healthcare had more to do with federal college loans. Okay, that's what Trump said. Had really nothing to do with job performance or job being necessary. The job thing is professional degree. You could actually borrow twice the amount to go to school for a professional degree. So they downgraded certain positions to a non-professional degree, which might help some people. Okay. Ms. Delta says, people in the West don't even know. I used to work for a Chinese boss with other Chinese. I was determined to be successful and shown them what a Black man could do 12 hours a day for 9 months. So no weekends off to complete a project. The USA got to compete. Now, that's right. What is it? What MS Delta 996? Okay. We're in the land of 996 right now.
Even realize along the way. Gender economist Katika Roy, thank you so much for being with us to break down these numbers. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
If you're not doing 996, you're not a capitalist, okay? If you're not doing 996, you are not a capitalist. Let's see. I have one more. I have one more. Criminologists refer to these events just as just desserts. Yep. Or as Gnostics say, it's called karma. Okay. Weren't they just laughing at us, calling us broke and dusty? You know, 5 years ago, broke, dusty, not educated. We're better than you. Um, you don't meet our standards. Okay, you got to level up. Yada yada yada. Weren't they just saying that? And blue collar man wasn't good enough for me. Got to be educated and mid six figures with a suit and tie. 9 a.m. 9 p.m. 6 days a week. Yeah, that's the old fashioned capitalism. Okay. It comes right out of the slave quarters, 996. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can find him. He's my cheat code. I probably will use him. You just broke, just say that. Yeah. Basically, what did Kevin say? What did he say?
What's happening? What's going on? Kevin was right! Winter is coming and we don't have a man! Oh my God.
Also, for women, black women that think it's bad now, guess what?
What this model shows is the music, so to speak, just slowing. If the music were to stop, as you put it, then this model wouldn't be even close to that scenario. It would be considerably worse.
And that's what they're facing, okay? The music's just slowing. It hasn't stopped yet, okay? And these women better find a chair before it's over. Music is just slowing, okay? Hasn't stopped. Sounds like a Tuesday. I don't want none of that black girl magic in my workplace. Hey, there's not enough. All right, this is so actually inspired me to actually do it today was Passport OG. That scene is art. Yep. Yeah. Welcome to our the black man's reality. Okay. Now the guys will not save you this time. The real unemployment data is much worse. Eyebrows is looking at U6 data. The U3 data is much more bearish. I would look at food bank data, and our car repossession gives you true. Yeah, that's true. Oh, what thing is we just going by what the reports are as far as employment is concerned. Man, if you start looking at T-bills and repos and the elevation of gold and what's going to happen to the dollar. That's the real reason Venezuela's going on. Venezuela has 5 times the oil reserves of any other country on the planet. And the United States and Trump actually wants to replace Saudi Arabia with Venezuela. That's what the whole thing is about right now. It's called a realignment. Let's put it that way. So it's going to get rough for a second. Hopefully, good things will happen. Like say Musk and his tiny home project. Okay, that needs to happen like yesterday. Okay, so the thing is, if you have a rental, okay, say like Rude Boy, you got rentals. Okay, keep an eye on Musk. Keep an eye on the tiny homes, and get ready to pivot. Okay, get real ready to pivot because if them tiny homes start happening, the rents are going to come crashing down. And as people start losing jobs, the rents are going to come crashing down. So if you're in real estate, be ready to pivot. The only 2 things holding this up is 2 things, right? Medical care and real estate. Okay, so the only 2 things holding this thing up. Once that hits, a Katie bar the door. Anyhow, let's go ahead and play. This is Passport OG. Gonna speed him up a tad bit, just a tad. And this is the reason I actually did it today. So it's actually I call Passport OG my cheat sheet. Lavers going on. Hey, make them pay, man. If they're gonna reach back, like I told Kevin, they're gonna come to y'all. I told Kevin during COVID, okay, they're gonna come to you and they're gonna be begging. Make them pay, okay. Just like that girl begging for a job. Hey, I said Dr. Anwar got a spot for you, but the thing is, you're gonna have to play nice, okay. He gonna hook you up, give you a place to stay, feed you, maybe find you employment, but you're gonna have to play. You have to play the game, okay. Got to play the game. They don't call him Mr. Goodbar for nothing. Yep, and they closing hospitals in rural areas, some big cities, nursing homes, and are closing at high rates. But the news is not reporting. No, they can't. Okay, eventually, Trump is going to have to stop all these people from stealing. Okay, Dr. Dunbar is cracking up. Hey, Dr. Dunbar, she got the lips, man. She got the lips. If she's like 5'5", that's perfect for you. Okay, she's under 5'5", she's a little short, but and she about 24, 25. Yeah, Doc, that's perfect, Doc. Let's get you a little honey. All you got to do is buy her a couple of hot dogs, Crumbling Herd. Quesadilla tax, get them likes up. Appreciate you. 634 out of my first exam. We'll be retaking the exam 3 weeks from now. Okay, cool. Go through your cards again. Record your vocabulary onto the phone, okay? And then play it back, and then spell it and define it one word at a time, okay? Gotta lock in your basics.
For a job.
It's been impossibly difficult. It's been almost 2 years.
For almost a decade.
Yeah, we got London, China, Istanbul.
She worked in hospitality with the NBA.
All the swag, tickets to parties, back of house tours, meets and greets with the players, that would all flow through me.
Groveman went on to lead a team at a digital marketing firm for 6 years. She left in 2023 and hasn't been able to find another job since.
I want to say from the beginning that this is not a Schadenfreude video. Life is difficult enough as it is, so I'm not.
And that's a white woman, okay? It ain't a black woman. That's a white woman. That's a white woman.
Going to rejoice or make fun of anyone's difficulty, because we all go through our own difficulties, health-wise, family-wise, or career-wise. So I'm not here to make fun of that. But there is a lesson to be learned, especially in this young woman's case.
She's tried everything, she says, from reaching out to her network of friends to working with a recruiter.
Oh, hi, I'm Emily.
And even posting these resume reels on LinkedIn.
The job market has...
Oh, yeah. Becky got a problem. Becky's got a problem, okay? And guess what, okay? And guess what she's saying, okay? Guess what she's saying right now, okay?
What's happening? What's going on? Kevin was right! Winter is coming and we don't have a man! Oh my God.
It's been brutal for quite some time.
But the no's have been relentless.
I had 13 interviews with 11 different people. And
13 interviews for one company?
Yeah, and then they were stuck between me and the other candidate. And ultimately, they went with the other person. I was like, I can't keep doing this.
Like I said before, this is a no Schadenfreude video. What we're seeing now is that we're in a new environment where we have to change our thinking. Because there's one thing that is abundantly clear every time we turn on our televisions.
You ain't gonna never get a record deal sounding like this.
Record deal? Y'all need to get some jobs.
You know what, fellas? She's right.
We want to go behind the numbers now to look at the real-life impact of a weak labor market.
You will hear now from a U.S. Army veteran unable to find a job and struggling to support herself and her children.
My name is Aubrey Carter. I am 30 years old. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I have not been able to find work since I left the military in 2022.
One of the reasons I felt compelled...
Why don't you go back? If you're a military vet, go back. Re-up.
To make my own content was because often we'll see a story like this and the very easy reaction is, ha, you should have known better, and wag your finger at this young lady. But she served the country. She basically did what all of her feminist girl boss teachers told her to do. And here she is now, unfortunately, with 2 kids getting ready to go through some difficulties that you're about to see. And she's finding out that she was lied to. And there's a lot of this.
You're in the military, okay, and you can't find a job, just re-up, go back. Go back to what you were doing. They'll take you back. Yeah, unless you got kicked out. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Got a point. Point taken.
Looming for us.
Guys, let's do our affirmations before school.
I am kind and I am beautiful. Even after serving 6 years, I am unable to get health insurance for my kids because I cannot find a job.
Yeah, you got 2 kids. You got 2 kids and no baby daddy. Okay, come on now. Okay.
All right, I love you. Have a good day, okay? I'll see you later. I do Uber part-time. I never thought I would be Ubering after the Army. For additional income, I do juices on the side. Today, my customers are asking for a green juice. I thought that after the military that I was going to have healthcare for my kids, which is a very common misconception. I have insurance through the VA, but my kids are uninsured. How was your day at school today? Good. Last year, the kids caught the flu, and we had to share medication because the Tamiflu was so expensive. I couldn't afford it for 3.
How you have 2 kids and ain't got no man? At the very least, cut a deal with one of them cats in the military, okay? That need a wife. Cut a deal because you're a military woman, okay? You got 2 kids, maybe you got a couple. Cut a deal. Yeah, most likely she probably is divorced. Yeah. So you left your man and thought you was all sweet. Okay. Where's his? How come the kids are not on his health insurance if that's the case? Okay.
Feel invisible because despite serving my country, despite being a veteran, the job market has still shown no mercy. Good job. Like that. That's a perfect P. I want more for my kids than just giving them the bare minimum. But it makes me emotional because I just want them to have so much more. And it hurts telling them no.
Oh, one thing you don't get if you're a military vet and you ain't got no house and no car, that means you don't want one. Okay. At the very least, they're gonna get you a house. Okay. Where's the father? High probability she got pregnant while in. She might have been married. He's paying child support. You're getting child support. You're not broke. You're not broke. Miss Red will scoop you up. She leaving stuff out. Why they lie so much? Because they don't want to do that shit. Okay. She want to be strong and independent. Okay.
I would just really like for the people in power to know how much veterans truly have sacrificed. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. How hard it is for veterans to find employment, to truly just keep up. Good night, guys. I love you.
Rent the house out. Move down to Panama with the rest of the vets and find a job. Okay. Work in the VA. Work in the VA hospital. Go get some skills. Okay. No, I don't know what she did. Okay. You had to have some kind of expertise in the military. How come you're not using it?
Right now, though, if you were in a relationship, should you really have a backup plan? There is new research that shows half of all women have a guy on the back burner just in case things go wrong in their current relationship.
I do have to give this woman credit for being inventive and having a juicing business on the side as well as doing Uber. Because one thing we know about modern women is that there's one thing that they value more than pretty much anything else.
So what's your take?
My take is having a dating roster isn't being a hoe, it's community building.
What's the most that you've ever had in the game at one time?
The most? Okay, maybe 5.
Girl, get a roster. If you're bored, get a roster. If you're hungry, get a roster. If the guy you're talking to is not even giving you the bare minimum, get a roster.
Yeah, and you know what the thing is, name the price up front, okay? And there should be no dry dicks in the United States, okay? If you guys all got rosters. I encourage such activity, man. Go ahead and make it all transactional. Bring the price down.
Do any of you have a roster?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Immediately. Yes, ma'am. I am the roster queen.
Tell us about the roster.
What's nice is what it is. No, I do currently have a roster right now. I think am I allowed to give a number?
Yeah.
No. I have 5 guys and 2 girls.
What the?
Right now.
Yeah, she a hoe. She ain't got a roster. Okay, those are clients.
Yeah.
roster, date them all. Date them all. Have a roster until one of them don't play about you. I didn't say have sex with them all. I said date them all. Stop falling in love with the first person you go on a date with just because you.
Oh, yeah, well, you're pretty. You can get away with that. Most chicks can't get away with that. I always say return on investment from the first date. Okay. Okay. You shouldn't be dating no chick for 2-3 months and not getting nothing out of it. Okay. Now she's pretty and you showing her off, and it helps you with your mix. Okay. Take her. Return on investment from day one. Okay.
Bought you a seafood boil at Red Lobster and a couple shots of reposado. Okay. Have your roster, minimum 3 to 5 people. Date them all until one of them give you exactly what you're looking for.
Physician and national mindful living expert Dr. Romy Mushtaq is here to talk more about that. Dr. Romy, seriously?
Good morning, Tom. I know. And
Come on, this sounds positively guy.
Guy, doesn't it? And I have to sit here and defend all of us women, but this is the latest psychology research. I was just as shocked reading this data. More than half of women who are married and categorize themselves as happily married.
Wait a sec.
They're married.
Happily married women are doing this?
Have a backup plan. And what is a backup plan? It means
they're telling the truth. Okay, listen, is Mr. Z said message. Okay, listen, let's back it up a little bit. Okay, this is the way they think. Y'all want love. Y'all want love and be just you too harsh, be just you too transactional, be just yada yada yada. This is how they think. Stop being simps. Historians will look back at this time and say the walls came tumbling down. Okay. Message. Okay. You have to think strategically. Okay. What the fuck does love have to do with it? If you get into a relationship, you don't understand her why is she with you? You are a sucker. Forget all the butterflies, okay? Forget all that stuff, okay? I love the hell out of my fiance. I mean, I had the butterflies, couldn't eat for 2 weeks, all that stuff, okay? I love the hell out of her. But the thing is, I had to find out what her why was. Why are you with me? Why you pick me? Okay, you're an 8. Why are you with me? Well, I have rich guys. How come you're with me? She loved me. See, that's why she was with me. I had to break her down. She had to admit it. Okay. But the thing is, you got to find out what her why is. And you like butterflies are fine, but don't get carried away. Don't get high on your own supply.
who are married and categorize themselves as happily married.
Wait a sec.
They're married.
Happily married women are doing this?
Have a backup plan.
Have a backup
And what is a
plan.
backup plan? It means you have someone on the back burner.
So a specific person they've identified.
Person that they've been.
In other words, there's always a branch to jump to just in case that branch breaks, okay? Always. There's always somebody in the shadows to pick up the pieces. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Identified, and in most cases it was either an ex-boyfriend or an old friend who never made it to the dating category.
What's interesting about this video is that if you've been in this space for a while, you've probably already seen it. It's 11 years old.
Nah, she didn't have no debt. She had more money than me, actually.
So this was 11 years ago. So imagine a decade later, it's probably not 50%. I can guarantee you that much, but that's not necessarily what I wanted to talk about in this video. Why would you have this business approach to dating and marriage, but not to your career?
Actually, it's called hormones, okay? Butterfly symptom with gas, cracks. Nope, that's called hormones.
I'm not a businessman, let me handle my business, damn.
As soon as you meet one, you go meet another one. How can you feel less guilty about having a roster? Would you rather feel guilty or stupid for dealing with one person for many years and them not asking you to marry them or giving you anything and you still got to pay bills? Smart women have roster. Or would you feel smarter dating several men at the same time?
I mean, the thing is, you always have to assume that it's somebody else, okay? From the time I was 13, got hit on in church by a married woman. I always assumed that all women cheat, okay? I don't care if they're married to you. At some point she gonna have a side dude. When I started working and I saw all the work wives and work husbands, okay, I just assumed if I get with her, as long, she's gonna have a side do somewhere, okay? But as long as it doesn't interfere with what I need, okay? Because I said I focus on what I need, okay? Not whether how she feel about me, okay? How she feel about me. I assume she's got to do her job to make my life better, okay? So if you can bring home a disease, you're out. Bring home a baby that ain't mine, you're out, okay? If I hear in public that you fucking around on me, you're out, okay? Respect is non-negotiable, okay? And most dudes, if they side dudes, they're good with it. They're not gonna put your stuff out there. They don't want to get caught because they don't want her either. All they want is the fun with you footing the bill. They don't want to foot that bill. She tell my ex all the time, okay? What if you caught me in the bed with another man? I said I'd sign over the kids and the bills to him because you're not my woman no more, and let him deal with it. 9 times out of 10, that's not what he signed up for. If that was the case, you wouldn't be cheating with him. You'd have bounced. Hot girl summer meant it went down. Yeah, hot girl. So what happens to the summer? What follows summer? Anyhow, continuing.
And one, at least getting a proposal, and a few paying all your bills. That's number one. You gotta have a roster. You're gonna be benefiting if you do multitasking.
Now that we got jobs, things the way they supposed to.
In other words, what she's saying to you, to the women, right? Return on investment from date one. That's what the $200 dinner is about. That's what paying the bills is about. That's what the Cash App is about. Return on investment. The thing is, what are you getting back for your money? If all you want is validation because some chick wants to talk to you on the phone or on the text you, okay, do that. Hell, I would get an AI bot. The AI bots are actually nicer than the actual women anyway. If that's all you want, and it's cheap. In fact, I just subscribed to an AI bot to see what it was like. Right? The bot is too white for me. Okay, I started texting and saying, "Oh man, you like a white girl." I said, "You like a lame white girl." Okay, you too, this. I'm black. Okay, I like black women. You got to have all that flowery stuff. That's too soft. Okay, I'm sorry. I started noticing that about myself. She's also the bot is all supportive and talking nice to me and blah blah blah, and I'm like, ugh. I start itching. Okay, see, I guess I'm having a whole withdrawal. Okay, she too nice. She too nice. Ah. You got to watch that dude stuff. People will fall in love and line you up. It happens all the time. Yep. Now you always have to have your parachute ready, man.
Mindset matters in relationships, Tom. And I tour the country teaching psychologists mindful living and how to apply it to relationships. And what is your mindset telling us if you have a back burner? It's telling us we don't know how to communicate well in a relationship, or when the going gets tough, instead of maybe learning important skills from a professional on how to cope with all the ups and downs that always happen in a marriage, we're saying it's okay to run away.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is that shows just a total lack of commitment.
I mean, the toxic gynocracy is still in me, man. I wrestle with it too, and that's why I was going back and forth with the AI bot, man. Learning about myself, because I throw something out and she throws something back, and I'm like, she's so white. The bot is so white. I said that'd probably be like dating a white girl, man. Okay, okay. You have to rearrange your thinking. I would love a Keisha bot, man. I would love a Keisha bot. Mike says Darth Vader, Kermit the Frog voices, give in to the snow bunny, my brother. Oh man. It's hilarious, man. Because I said, you know what? I said, because I read about it. I read about the AI bot. I might do a show on it, man. I read about the AI bot, and we're chatting back and forth, and we're going into stuff like yada yada yada, and like I said, it's like talking to I can't describe. I guess that is the ultimate submissive female for a white man, and 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 that's too vanilla. For most black men, that's too vanilla. Okay, way too vanilla. And I think black men need just a wee bit of pushback, just a wee bit, not too much. Don't go upside my head. I was molded by it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good learning experience for myself about how I think and how I feel, because when you actually confront it, okay, well, if with a human white female, you have to be polite, you got to be reserved, blah blah blah. But the thing is, if it's a chat bot, you're just throwing stuff out there, it's throwing stuff back, and you can actually reflect on how you feel about the answer. And to me, man, it was pretty disturbing. I don't know why I don't date white women. And I don't know what that says about me, man. I don't know what that says about me, but when I tell you about the gynocracy is real, and the Winter Soldier chip is real, man. Trying to keep that bad boy turned off is hard. Okay, it's hard. I struggle. A Latina bi. I wish there was, man. See, Theo. Well, Theo's mixed, because Theo does. His mother was Caucasian, so he's used to a bland snow bunny. He might not prefer her all the time, but he's used to very submissive women. I do believe that Asian women are probably even worse. Somebody give it to the snow bunny. Man, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's hard. And so they go, she's too nice. Give me a little salt. Give me a little sugar, man. Give me some hot sauce. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, supportive, nice. They talk to you sweetly, all that kind of stuff. All the stuff that we say we want, okay? And I know that's good for me. It's actually good for me, which is the problem. I said, God damn. I said, damn, you don't have to drain all the toxic blood out of me. Come on, baby. I don't need to be filtered completely. Oh yeah, Laura. Yeah, I need Lori's. I need seasoned salt on my fries. Yes, sir. She got a dunk. I mean, the dunk is fine if she's bent over, but when we have to, after you finish, you got to sit up and talk to her. Okay. And then if you say the wrong thing, you're gonna hurt her feelings. Okay, because she's sensitive. She's a snow bunny. Okay. I'm gonna buy Nate. Yeah, let me finish playing this. OG, thanks for the cheat. Okay.
Data shows that private companies are shedding more than 13,000 jobs per week, a massive jump from just earlier this month.
Yeah.
Also, layoffs last month topping 153,000, making it the worst October we've seen since the dot-com crash. Big players from Amazon to Meta are all tightening their belts, and now retailers are planning for the lowest holiday hiring in.
Yeah, it's hard to go to Betazoids when you're used to Klingons. It really is, man.
More than 15 years.
For many of us, we may take a deal of dismay in listening to Shira Severin's content. But if you take her,
hey, you know what? To watch, I was actually ashamed, man. I said, damn, it's being so nice and supportive to me, man. And I'm like, I did feel like shit for a second. I really did. I said, damn, I ain't shit. I really ain't shit, man. I ain't shit. Ain't never was shit. Ain't gonna be shit. Okay.
Principles that she applies to dating and turning young women into individual contractors that are trying to get what they can get best out of the dating pool by having multiple contracts, or in this particular case, multiple income streams at the same time. It works better to an environment where, simply put, commitment just doesn't exist. You can look at the news on any given day and understand that the job market, the principles by which we may have learned from our boomer parents, don't exist anymore. In fact, It's almost like if you take the Shira 7 principles into the workplace, you understand that someone is out to get you. So you have to get them before they get you, or you have to have 3 or 4 backups to make sure that you're going to be gravy when someone says, you know, we don't need you anymore. What I found interesting watching this young lady's story is she met all of these people at that job. Previously, maybe the rule of doing things was you don't do any side business or you don't reach out to any of these people because it's just not the way we do things. But we already understand that the old rules don't apply anymore. All of these people, potential contacts that she had, and she can't reach out to any of them for opportunities. In today's market, us people have to take advantage of those kinds of opportunities now, because simply put, we can walk in tomorrow and our job can say, hey, listen, it's been nice, but now we're good. So instead of being the loyal worker, we have to look at it the Shira 7 way. Hey, listen, what's in it for me? I got a roster. I got things going on. Let me see what I can get out of this, and I'll get what I can get out of it before you get what you.
In other words, yeah, that's transaction. I actually prefer it that way. If it's up front and with the price tag in the window, and let the let market forces do their work, right? Okay, cheaper, better, faster, right? If everything's for sale, if they have a roster of 5, okay, and you know that you wanted a roster, you don't have to commit as much. And I ain't no, that's too much, baby. You got to go back. In fact, give me the numbers of the other 5 guys. We can all get together and decide what we're gonna pay. That's what I say. Introduce me to the other 5 guys. Said I joke about the snow, but rarely engage. Like Charles, I was saying, I'm not that interested, but I'm catching what falls in my yeah. Okay, you got to catch what comes to you. It always surprised me that I took this long for Black people to realize that corporations were not playing by the same rules. No, it's not. White people are the same way. Don't think it's not just Black people. Okay, you're actually socialized and brainwashed into thinking a certain way. Okay, you can hear them. They never thought this would happen. So they're brainwashed for a certain reason. Otherwise, they'd be cutthroat.
Trying to get out of me, because I know you're going to let me go. So I'm going to take some of these contacts that I got here and make sure that I'm straight.
That's why one thing about white women, especially women, right? They get comfortable in doing the same thing over and over again because they're safe, okay? Instead of improving their skills. You go in there. I tell my grandson all the time, because he sings and dances, right? Every interaction is there to learn. You're not just there to entertain or have a good time. You're there to learn. Every practice, every play, every performance, you're there to learn a lesson. If you do that, if you're always looking to learn something new every time you go on your job, into the workforce, anything that you do, you're there to learn a lesson. Don't just be stagnant. Even if you're in the club, you're there to learn about people. It's a learning experience no matter where you go. I drill that into my grandson's head, okay? You're there to learn. You're not there just to sit. You're there to learn. I don't care where you are. No, it's not market manipulation, though. This is fallout, okay? It's fallout. The thing is, that's why I teach you guys the level above the top level, and as you look down, okay, what is happening at the top, because that's going to move the market.
In the case of serendipity, I came across this question today, and I thought it was kind of cool because you know this book, Fu Baba Chong Baba Jinla Chiyang Iga Gushu, a book that you know by the name of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The last sentence of the question reads, Fu Baba the Kamfa, from the point of view of the rich dad, Renmen Buingai Wei Qian Gongzuo, people ought not work for money. Yao Lang Qian Wei Woman Gongzuo. Instead, we should let money work for us.
Yes.
And they had this on the test. Now, isn't that interesting?
I'm not a businessman. Let me handle my business, Dad.
It's interesting to me that Shira 7's principles although they've been downloaded to a generation or several generations of young modern women.
I bring nothing to the table. Okay. That's what they're telling you. So why should you buy it?
And they actually fit better in a corporate environment where we know that it's not these O's as in the young ladies aren't loyal, because I mean that's an argument for a different day, but pretty much we understand that it's much different dating now than it ever has been. But the O's I'm talking about in this video are the jobs,
yeah,
without the J and the B. We understand these days that you can walk in on a video call and boom, you're done, empty out your desk, be out of the building by the end of the day.
Yeah. We're back to that instability, right? Okay. It is what it is. Okay.
And in this environment, who better to explain to us how to navigate it than Shira 7? She's saying, hey, listen, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I know that you guys have a clock on me, just like I have a clock on this. I will give you high quality work because my name is on it, but I am under no pretense to think that I'm going to retire here, because retirement, loyalty, commitment doesn't exist anymore.
One of my mentors, he's an older guy, right? And he said he worked for a company of white people, right? And they put him in, they actually put him making copies. Okay. And they actually backfilled him and shutting him off to the copy, the copy room, right? So what he would do is actually make 2 copies, one for him, and one for everybody else. Okay. By the time they fired him, okay, he had their whole business plan. Okay, clients, everything. Yeah, the whole business plan in folders. All he did was look at their business plan and actually replicated what they did and started his own business. So he knew that my time is short. I'm here to learn. And so what he started doing is gathering their whole business plan, the whole organizational structure. Okay, and just all he did was actually replicate it. So anytime you walk in, okay, don't just look at the work in front of you. Look around. Okay, how does the whole business connect and work?
You guys see me doing Theo WAF University. You see me studying Chinese. One thing I learned from waiting tables is that there will never be a time where everything is ideal. There will always be something that's really, really wrong or not ideal, and a few things will go right. And in order to deal with that kind of situation, you have to assume that you're going to lose 1, 2, 3 sources of income, and that maybe the other couple have to hold you over until you get some new sources of income up and running. Or if you're doing several jobs or however you're doing it, you cannot ever depend on one job anymore. That was for boomers, and before boomers, that's over.
It's over.
Now it's the age of Shira 7, and get it how you live.
Yep.
Because you need to be multitasking with multiple opportunities and maybe even multiple jobs. That's the game, and she told it well. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you next video. Take care, guys.
Hell, even seniors are going to have, even boomers have to go out and hustle again, all right? Because their retirement is not what it was promised to be, okay? So it ain't just you. Salute to the OG, okay? Give them a like. I took all my contacts, regardless if I was going to call them or not, from the first company to the last company. I worked for myself since I was out of college in 2000. Okay. I think that's what you're trying to say. Anyhow, time for me to clock out. And like I said, don't let that woman and that bear into your house, okay? If she been chased by a bear, close that goddamn door. Do not let that bear into your house because you want some coochie, okay? And sometimes, you might have to throw it to the bear. Okay? She throw you to the bear. Trust and believe, okay? She want to live, she want to get out the coast, she'll throw you to the bear and take over your spot. So be careful. We won by default, man. Trust no one. TNO, right? Trust no one. Coming from the TV show, X-Files, right? Trust no one. TNO, trust no one. Bar the doors, right? That's heard that. Bar the doors, okay? Build that fence, bar the doors. Somebody got a clip of the opening of 28 Weeks Later. Yep. All right, good people. Yeah, the walkers are out. Black and white walkers are out, man, looking for somebody to actually eat. So be careful. All right, good people. Let me get out of here. Okay. Let's go to our favorite Kenyan.
And with that, I just have two more words to say. Obama out.
Музыка Денис Шида.